Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm thrilled to have you join me today for a special journey back in time. I'm so happy to have you here. It's always a joy to share these moments with you, and today is no exception. You know, I love creating warm, inviting spaces that feel like home. And today, we're diving into one of my favorite ways to do that, vintage charm. There's something so special about the timeless appeal of vintage decor that brings a unique warmth and character to any space. We're talking about the 10 best vintage homemaking ideas to create a cozy, nostalgic home. These ideas are not just about decorating. They're about creating an atmosphere that tells a story and evokes a sense of comfort and belonging. These tips are all about embracing the beauty of times gone by and adding those sweet touches that make a house feel like a home. From charming antiques to retro-inspired DIY projects, there's so much you can do to infuse your home with vintage charm. Think cozy evenings by the fire, the smell of cookies baking in the oven, and family gathered around a table set with love. Imagine the joy of flipping through old photo albums, the warmth of handmade quilts, and the simple pleasure of vintage kitchenware. Let's get started on this delightful journey to transform your home into a cozy, nostalgic haven. There's just something about vintage textiles. They hold stories, they hold history, and they add so much character. Each piece is a testament to the craftsmanship of a bygone era, where every thread was woven with care and intention. These textiles are more than just fabric. They are a tangible connection to the past, a way to bring a piece of history into our modern lives. Think lace doilies, like the ones your grandma used to make, adorning side tables. These delicate pieces of art, often handcrafted with intricate patterns, add a touch of elegance and nostalgia to any room. They remind us of simpler times, when life moved at a slower pace and every detail was cherished. Imagine embroidered tablecloths, passed down through generations, gracing your dining table. Each stitch tells a story, a labor of love from someone who took the time to create something beautiful and lasting. These tablecloths are not just functional items, they are heirlooms, carrying the memories of family gatherings and celebrations. And don't forget floral printed fabrics. These vibrant and cheerful patterns can brighten up any space. They evoke a sense of timeless beauty, reminiscent of gardens in full bloom. Whether used for curtains, table runners, or cushion covers, floral prints bring a touch of nature indoors. They make the loveliest curtains, table runners, and cushion covers. Imagine a cozy room adorned with these charming textiles, each piece adding a layer of warmth and personality. The floral patterns can create a harmonious and inviting atmosphere, making your home feel like a sanctuary. Look for vintage quilts or crochet throws at antique stores and flea markets. These treasures are often hidden gems waiting to be discovered. Each quilt or throw is unique with its own story to tell. They are perfect for adding a touch of vintage charm to your home. Drape them over a chair or the end of your bed to add texture and warmth. These textiles not only provide comfort, but also serve as beautiful decorative elements. They can transform a simple piece of furniture into a focal point, adding depth and character to your space. These little touches add so much soul to a space. Vintage textiles have a way of making a room feel lived in and loved. They bring a sense of history and continuity, connecting us to the past while enhancing our present surroundings. They're like whispers of the past, adding a sense of history and comfort to your home. Each piece is a reminder of the people and stories that came before us, enriching our lives with their legacy. By incorporating vintage textiles into your decor, you create a home that is not only beautiful, but also deeply meaningful. Now let's set a vintage-inspired table. Don't be afraid to mix and match china patterns. It adds so much personality. Crystal glassware, whether it's inherited or found at an antique shop, elevates any meal. And silver flatware? It just feels special, doesn't it? Linen napkins, especially in soft muted colors, complete the look. And for the final touch? Candlesticks, of course. Add a simple floral centerpiece, maybe some wildflowers gathered on a walk, and your table is ready for family and friends to gather around. Do you collect vintage glass jars, teapots, or maybe antique kitchen tools? Don't hide them away in a box. Display them. Open shelves or a hutch are the perfect place to showcase your treasures. Group items by theme or color for a cohesive look. Imagine a collection of blue and green glass bottles catching the light on a sunny afternoon, or a row of vintage rolling pins, each one telling a story. These collections become conversation starters, and they add so much personality to your kitchen. Plus, it's a way to surround yourself with things you love. Remember those recipes passed down from your grandmother? The ones scribbled on recipe cards stained with love and butter? It's time to dust them off. There's something so satisfying about baking from scratch. The smell of bread baking in the oven, the taste of a homemade pie, it just warms the soul. And while you're at it, why not store your pantry staples in glass jars with handwritten labels? It's a small touch that makes a big difference. It's about slowing down, savoring the process, and creating something truly special with your own two hands. There's a timeless elegance to botanical prints. They add a touch of nature and sophistication to any room. Find vintage botanical illustrations at flea markets or antique shops and frame them in simple wooden frames. Or create your own artwork by pressing flowers and displaying them in vintage frames. It's a beautiful way to preserve memories and add a personal touch. Hang them in your bedroom, living room, or even your bathroom. They bring a sense of tranquility and beauty to any space. When it comes to furniture, look for classic styles that stand the test of time. These pieces are not just about aesthetics. They embody a sense of history and craftsmanship that modern furniture often lacks. Investing in timeless furniture means you are choosing quality and durability over fleeting trends. A farmhouse table, for example, is both beautiful and functional. Its sturdy build and rustic charm make it a perfect centerpiece for family gatherings and meals. Imagine the stories and memories that can be created around such a table, from holiday feasts to everyday dinners. Windsor chairs add a touch of history and elegance. Their classic design has been cherished for centuries, and they can seamlessly blend into both traditional and contemporary settings. These chairs are not just seating options. They are conversation starters, each with its own unique patina and character. And a vintage writing desk can become the heart of your home office. Imagine sitting down to write or work at a desk that has seen decades of use. The worn edges and intricate details tell a story of its own, inspiring creativity and focus. Don't be afraid to reupholster old chairs in floral or gingham fabric. This simple update can breathe new life into a piece that might otherwise be overlooked. It's a wonderful way to personalize your furniture and make it uniquely yours. It's a great way to give them new life and add a pop of color. Whether you choose bold patterns or subtle hues, reupholstering can transform a tired chair into a vibrant focal point in any room. These pieces are built to last. Unlike mass-produced furniture, vintage and antique items were crafted with care and attention to detail. They were made to endure, and with a little maintenance, they can continue to serve you for many more years. And they add so much character to a home. Each piece brings its own story and charm, creating a unique and inviting atmosphere. Your home becomes a reflection of your appreciation for history and quality. Plus, they often tell a story, which makes them even more special. Whether it's a family heirloom or a flea market find, these pieces connect us to the past and add a sense of continuity to our lives. Embrace the beauty and history of vintage furniture and let it enrich your home and your life. Lighting can make or break a space, and vintage-inspired fixtures add so much warmth and character. Look for brass or wrought iron fixtures, chandeliers with delicate details, or table lamps with fabric shades. Edison bulbs, with their warm glow, are perfect for creating a cozy ambiance, and lantern-style pendants add a touch of rustic charm. Think about the mood you want to create in each room and choose lighting that enhances that feeling. Every home needs a cozy reading nook, a place to escape with a good book and a cup of tea. Start with a comfortable armchair, maybe a tufted armchair with a worn-in leather finish. Drape a crocheted afghan over the back and add a plush throw pillow. A side table with a vintage lamp provides the perfect reading light. And of course, you need a stack of your favorite books within reach. A vintage clock or framed photos add the finishing touches, creating a space that feels both personal and inviting. Floral patterns never go out of style, and they're perfect for adding a touch of vintage charm to your home. Think wallpaper with delicate floral designs or curtains in soft romantic prints. You can also incorporate floral patterns through artwork, throw pillows, or even rugs. Opt for pastel shades to evoke a vintage feel, especially in bedrooms or living spaces. Floral patterns add a touch of whimsy and femininity, creating a space that feels both elegant and inviting. Storage doesn't have to be boring. Embrace vintage-inspired pieces to keep your belongings organized and add character to your home. Wooden crates, for example, are perfect for storing blankets, books, or even shoes. Metal baskets add a touch of industrial chic, and wicker hampers are both practical and stylish. Get creative. Repurpose an old trunk as a coffee table or a vintage suitcase as a side table with built-in storage. These pieces are not only functional, but they also add a touch of history and personality to your home. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey to create a cozy, nostalgic home. I hope these vintage homemaking ideas have inspired you to add a touch of charm and history to your own space. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel for more homemaking tips and inspiration. And be sure to share your own vintage homemaking ideas in the comments below. I can't wait to hear how you're adding a touch of the past to your present.